I. Stock witness. 2. Decoy witness. 3. Issue estoppel. Ans. I. Stock witness. A stock witness is a person who is at the back and call of the police. He is a regular peddler of perjury on police service. He obliges police with his tailored testimony because sometimes his livelihood is dependent upon the mercy and indulgence of the police, or he wants to gain favor or some reward in lieu thereof. In Doodh Nath Pandey v. State of UP, AIR 1981 SC 911, the Supreme Court found that the police had introduced a stock witness to prove the recovery of the weapon of offense in a murder case. The question of placing any reliance on the testimony of such a witness does not arise. Once it is proved on the record that a certain witness examined by the prosecution is a stock witness of the police, the court would be justified in discarding his testimony. In Hazara Singh and others v. State of Punjab, 1971, 3 SCR 647, it was observed that mere fact that one of the prosecution witness is a stock witness of police in itself is not enough to falsify the entire prosecution case. In such a case, it is the duty of the court to brush aside the testimony of the stock witness and to see if the remaining prosecution evidence is enough to sustain conviction of accused. 2. Decoy witness. With the increase of offences relating to excise, gambling, soliciting, illicit traffic in narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances and the like, due to the impossibility of procuring evidence in any other way, and with the paramount necessity of putting down offences of this kind, the law enforcement agencies are compelled to employ witnesses, commonly known as decoys, spies, detectives, agents provocateur. They associate with criminals solely for the purpose of discovering and making known their crime. Such a witness cannot be considered as an accomplice. Every participation in a crime does not make a person an accomplice, and it depends upon the nature of the offense and the extent of the complicity of the witness in it. There is one class of witness who go by the various names of informants, spies, detectives, decoys, agents provocateurs, and trap witnesses who by general consensus of decisions now do not fall under the category of accomplice. Section Bhuboni Sahu v. The King, AR 1949 PC 257, Mahadev v. King, AIR 1936 PC 242, and Henry B.K. Rajgopal, AIR 1944 Madras 117, FB. 3. Issue estoppel. The rule of issue estoppel, which prevents relitigation of the issue which has been determined in a criminal trial between the state and the accused, is applicable to criminal trials in India. If in respect of an offence arising out of a transaction, a trial has taken and the accused has been acquitted, and in another trial in respect of that transaction or of related transaction which require the court to arrive at a conclusion inconsistent with the conclusion reached at the earlier trial, is prohibited by the ocular of issue estoppel. As in Ronak v. State of UP 1987 Criminal Law Journal 445, the first criminal trial for offence under Section 399 by 402 IPC and Section 25 of Arms Act ended in acquittal of accused by High Court on appeal, which disbelieved the witnesses of recovery of gun. Subsequently, the person involved in the same transaction and from whom the gun was recovered was charged under Section 411 of IPC. It was held that on principles of issue estoppel the findings in the earlier case had to be followed and accused be acquitted. In Pyara Singh v. State of Punjab, AIR 1969 SC 961 Supreme Court observed the principle of issue estoppel cannot be invoked in a case where the parties are different and decision upon any issue as between state and any person in the same litigation cannot operate as binding upon the state with regard to another person. For issue estoppel to arise, these issues must have been distinctly raised and inevitably decided the same issue in earlier proceedings between the same parties. So the rule of issue estoppel can be taken advantage of in a situation when the finding in favor of accused is arrived at on appraisal of facts and circumstances on an identical issue in a former case. Whatever be the outcome in the prior case, if the identical issue in both the cases, the finding given in prior case bars the adjudication of same issue in a latter case.